from San Francisco, California. This is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, August 18th, 2023, and it is 3:51 p.m. when I'm recording this episode. This is day 18 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, where a bunch of us podcast nerds attempt to do a show a day for the entire month of August. Dogdaysofpodcasting.com is where you can find all those shows. You can find this show, as you know, rockandrollgeek.com. I have been working my ass off all day scraping. I finished the scraping today, so the hard part's done. And I am ready to crack open first Tecate of the day. Oh, always the best. I apologize for the drunk show last night. It went a little long. I was only expecting it to go like 20 minutes. It ended up going an hour. So if you stuck through that to the end, thank you, friends. I appreciate it. That was a Rick Springfield show review. Today, I have a Metallica show review from Chris Capelle. Please keep these show reviews and stuff coming. I need them for the dog days. I got more things to talk about and more regular shows to do, but these audio comments really help when I have... Like, for instance, I'm leaving at 5 o'clock today. We're taking the grandkid to the zoo. There's a special night event. So we're doing that. We're leaving at 4:30 to do that. So as soon as we get done with this podcast, I'm getting out of there and doing that. When I do the short shows, it's when I don't have anything to talk about and I'm in a rush, these show reviews really help. So thank you. Chris Capelle, I throw the microphone to you, friend.
There we go. We'll try it again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yes.
I'll
you and me
get
both.
it right this time.
You and me both.
Michael Butler, bassist extraordinaire
yeah.
from the Handsome Dick Tour.
Uh-huh.
How you doing?
I am super great. Could not be better. A little tired. Other than that, I'm great.
Perfect. Glad to hear it.
Me
Glad
too.
to hear the tour went well.
Yes.
This is your northeast of the country correspondent, Chris, the rock and roll copywriter, reporting on my show review. But first and foremost,
Yes.
let me take a sip.
I'm going to join you.
Fine. Two Roads, Road to Ruin, double IPA.
He's a
8%
connoisseur.
Alcohol by
8%
volume.
alcohol. I'm drinking 4.8, 4.7.
Two Roads Brewing Company,
maybe 4.5.
Stratford, Connecticut.
Two Roads.
A natural, harmless sediment may appear.
Oh, good.
All right, you got to love the warning labels.
Yes.
You take a sip.
I'm going to join you.
Very nice. Second one of the day. Always the best.
Ooh, that was good.
Quite a week.
Yeah, you and me both.
I waited till
Working.
your Handsome Dick tour ended before I decided to submit the show review. In the meantime, it's been crazy. I'm down here dog sitting in Wilton, my ex-town, for two dogs. You can see them on my Facebook page, roommates
That's
of the
nice.
moment.
That's nice.
But going back to last Friday, I live in Ridgefield. I rent a condo because
The wife got it.
it's hard to buy anything around here
wife got
because
the house,
all
right?
the fucking New Yorkers
Exactly.
come here and buy all
Go
the good
back
stuff.
home, you.
So, I wish
Carpet
Trump had put
baggers.
a wall between New York and Connecticut and kept those goddamn people out of here.
Exactly, those
Oh,
people.
did I just say
Those
that?
people.
Anyway, I rent a place in Ridgefield, which has just been named the safest city of over 25,000 people in America.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Good.
And I got home Friday night, 5:30,
Damn.
with new running shoes under my arm. Thank you, Tim C. Smith.
Ah.
And there were 3 cops with lights on outside my condo unit. I was like, "Ooh, that's strange." And I live in an end unit, 700 square feet, 1 bed, 1 bath. And there's 4 of us. There's 2 on the top with the doors next to each other and 2 on the bottom.
Bachelor pad. I like it.
And I'm in the upper left. And I walk into kind of the lobby area. And there's a woman crying
Oh.
And apparently the guy next to me, who's Lawrence, if you know Office Space, good guy, I've dealt with him a few times, I did a little work for his law firm, was found dead in his condo.
Huh.
Which freaked me out because years ago I found my landlord dead. It kind of brought back some memories, but that's neither here nor there. But that was sad because he was a good guy and I liked him. He was a good neighbor. So, like I said, that was a mind fuck. So anyway,
how did he
I'm
die?
down here dog sitting, which is nice to get out of there for a while. But the show review is the Metallica No Repeat Weekend. The first dates in the United States. They've done a few in Europe, and I think they did Montreal and maybe one other Canadian city. But these were in East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Jets and Giants. And I've been to this stadium or the previous ones a million times for Bruce Springsteen and AC/DC and Metallica before, and Guns N' Roses and Metallica, and the Eagles and Rolling Stones a bunch of times, and I think I saw Bon Jovi, Billy Squier.
Bon Jovi played a stadium?
Bunch of stuff. I probably forgot some. My daughter, Paul McCartney, a couple times. My daughter went to Coldplay there, but I didn't take her.
Coldplay played a stadium?
2 nights, Friday the 4th of August, and I met my friend Matt in Stanford, and we drove down there, and it took about an hour and 20 minutes to get there, and we got there an hour and 20 minutes, except for the last 3 miles, which took 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Opening acts that night, and they don't have repeats there, were Wolfgang Mammoth Van Halen, whatever that's called.
Good for him.
And what's called Pantera, which is just 2 guys from Pantera, and the fake Abbott brothers, which is Zach Wilde, the fake Dimebag Darrell, and Charlie Benante from Anthrax, who's the fake Vinnie Paul.
Yes.
So I missed that. We could hear the whole the whole Pantera show from the car. I just couldn't see it. And we finally got in. But the good news is, when it was time to leave, we got out of there like in 10 minutes, which is like a world's record for getting out of the Meadowlands. And like I said, no repeat weekend. 16 songs each night. No, 2 entirely different set lists. So they did 3 songs from the new album in each show. I will post these on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which you, Michael Butler, did not create.
No, I didn't.
But you do approve users with 2 simple questions to make sure they're not
easy. This is one of the reasons that person stopped donating.
Ex-Bud Light copywriters who are trying to get onto the Miller Coors account because they're eating Bud Light's lunch and they're getting all the business from them.
Spoken from a real client.
Anyway, so the way this stage... Well, let me tell about the second night. Second night opening act was Ice Nine Kills.
Don't know them.
Who I saw in the opening for Metallica in Buffalo last year with Greta Van Fleet. And Five Finger Death Punch. Now, I don't know much about them. Ice Nine Kills really isn't my thing. Five Finger Death Punch, I watched a few of their videos. I can't say I hate them. I don't own anything by them. But the stage for this was a big circle, which they said rain or shine. There was no cover on this. I don't know how the hell they would have done this. There we go. There's a German texting me. I don't know.
Thought she was texting me.
It was pouring rain. It was supposed to rain the first night, but luckily it didn't. No, the stage was a big circle in the middle of the football field. Fans, snake pit inside. I mean, this was big. And it had 4 drum sets underneath. And the first one was on the circle was 4 o'clock. Because I was sitting like on the 50-yard line in the top section. And the second one was like 2 o'clock. and the third one was at 10 o'clock, and the next one was at 8 o'clock.
I saw them do a thing in the round at the Cow Palace. Aaron Mikowski was the tech, and I went. It was a pre-show, a pre-tour. It's kind of confusing because they keep moving around, and it's kind of weird. But they can do whatever the hell they want. They're Metallica.
So they do a quarter of the show with each drum set, and there's microphones all around this, on the inside of the circle and the outside. So, Hetfield and the other guys are all over it. And it was, hard to see because it wasn't like a normal stadium show. It was kind of odd. I mean, yes. I don't know if it was good or not. The screens were suspended over the stage. Go look on YouTube because, you think being a writer I'd be able to describe stuff better, but... So 2 different set lists, 3 songs from the new album each night. I can't say there are any real surprises there. I mean, Metallica's one of those bands like Cheap Trick or AC/DC. They got their shtick down live. They kind of do the same thing every night.
But not repeating a song is pretty good. I'd like to see.
There we go.
I just fucked up here. I've just hit him in the back here.
Not create, but you do approve users with 2 simple.
I'm sorry. I rewound him all the way to the end, to the beginning.
Anyway, so the way this stage. Well, let me tell about second night. Second night opening act.
Okay, I'll get fast forward. I apologize, friends.
The stage for this was a big circle. Which
fast forward a little bit more.
A big circle.
A little bit more.
4 o'clock.
A little bit more.
There's microphones all around.
I'll leave it there.
On the inside of the circle and the outside. So, Hetfield and the other guys were all over it, and it was hard to see because it wasn't like a normal stadium show. It was kind of odd. I mean, I don't know if it was good or not. The screens were suspended over the stage. Go look on YouTube.
Yeah, when you showed me a picture, I thought it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on those screens.
Able to describe stuff better, but so 2 different set lists, 3 songs from the new album each night. I can't say there are any real surprises there. I mean, Metallica's one of those bands like Cheap Trick or AC/DC. They got their shtick down live.
Yes.
They kind of do the same.
Although I'd like to see Cheap Trick do a no repeat
Even
weekend.
the Rolling Stones at this point, if they're ever going to do anything again. But speaking of the Rolling Stones, this was unfortunately, Michael Butler. No, it was not the 50th time I've seen Metallica. It was the 17th and 18th.
17 times.
So they surpassed the Rolling Stones.
I have never seen the Rolling
second
Stones.
Most seen band behind Cheap Trick, which I'm up in the 60s. So
I'm probably
catch them,
Cheap Trick.
Then there's a bunch of bands I've seen.
Cheap Trick. I'm probably up there in the maybe 40s. I'm guessing. I haven't counted.
With Lou Gramm, not this cover band. Aerosmith, Beach Boys, Bruce Springsteen, blah blah blah. All right, so I'll post a set list on Rock and Roll Geek Show, which you did not create. We already went through that.
Yes.
Second night, actually.
Donors are dropping as we speak.
It took us an hour and a half to get there. Boom, right in.
Now, you didn't spend
2 hours sitting in the parking lot waiting to get home. So, win some, lose some. But I'm glad I went. Same seats, both shows. That's kind of how the ticket went.
Oh, you had
the same people next to you.
Now, oh shit! What did I just do here? I am out of it. You have to buy a ticket to both shows, huh?
List on Rock and Roll Geek Show, blah, which you did not create. Okay, we already went through that.
Yeah.
Second night, actually, it took us an hour and a half to get there. Boom, right in. 2 hours sitting in the parking lot waiting to get home. So, win some, lose some. But I'm glad I went. I've never.
Oh, what is going on with this quick time?
Ahead of us were like just smoking. Some. But I'm glad I went. Same seats, both shows. That's kind of how the ticket went. which meant the same people next to you for both shows. And the people ahead of us were like just smoking like chimneys.
Oh, not smoking hot girls.
I've never been a smoker.
Smoking
I don't
pot?
like smoking. And they're also vaping, and that stuff just smells evil. I don't know how people want to put that in their
it's
bodies,
antifreeze,
but
isn't it?
hey, it takes all types, right? So that's it. I just finished my second 2 roads. I'm exhausted from working my
ass.
Exactly, and taking care of these dogs. So I hear you have a 1-hour Rod Stewart Cheap Trick show review coming up. They're playing in Bridgeport, CT. I might see them if I have nothing going on and I'm up for
what did I just do here? I try to pause it and the thing fast forwards.
That place is another great.
Okay. I am going to, so I have the AC/DC show tomorrow, and Sunday I'm going to probably play that marathon show review from Casey. I have not listened to it. He tells me it's gold, so I take his word for it. I'm going to probably do that on Sunday night. All right, back to you, Chris Capelle. I have no idea where I just fucked it up at.
Taking care of these dogs.
Okay.
So I hear you have a 1-hour Rod Stewart Cheap Trick show review coming up. They're playing in Bridgeport, CT. I might see them if I have nothing going on and I'm up for it. That place is another great
I heard Rod Stewart was fantastic. He came,
and I'm going to see Megadeth.
Casey came to the HDM show in Oakland, and he said that Rod Stewart was just fantastic.
In September at the casino in Connecticut, which is out in Greg Brofer territory. So, Greg Brofer, if you're out there and you go to that show, I'll buy you a beer.
Send pictures,
or
please.
3. So, that's it. I'm going to hit the sack now. I'm going to brush my teeth and wash up and go to bed. So,
boy.
this is
That's
Chris,
a good boy.
rock and roll copywriter, coming at you live.
Roving
Stay
reporter.
frosty,
Stay frosty, friend.
Of course, got to keep that old party going.
Yeah, and say hey to the German for me. All right, there you go. A little disjointed from the producer's part. I accept the blame for the producer. Thank you, Chris Capelle. Please keep those show reviews coming. I got a show review from Good, the Bad, and the Zugly show review from Paul Houston. Did he go to? Is Paul? Are you in Sweden or Norway or wherever Good, the Bad, and the Zugly's from? I can't wait to hear that one. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. Those guys, those albums are fucking great, man. All right, I did spin the iTunes wheels, but I'm going to play something that I didn't spin. This came down to me from a publicist. Brand new Diamond Dogs. They put out a double album last year, and it was in my top 10. That album was effing brilliant, man. And they've already got a new album coming out on September 29th. It's called About the Hardest Nut to Crack. This is a brand new song from them. It's called Get a Rock and Roll Record. I'm playing this from YouTube, so hopefully there will not be an ad. Thank you for listening, friends. I'm going to go to the zoo with the grandkid. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find the show, rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek Don't Ask. Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Tons of great rock talk there. Thank you for the comments about the Dog Day shows. I'm loving doing them, and I hope you're at least halfway enjoying hearing them. Please keep the donations coming. It's a value for value, as you know. And thank you to all the other Dog Days of podcasts who are doing shows. I'm enjoying them. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Here's Diamond Dogs. Get a rock and roll record.
Well, it's the only remedy. The drug that will finally set you free. So use the pickup and make it spin. And let the groovy times begin. And get a rock and roll record. Or play loud and strong. Halfway to the chorus. Now it won't take long. And the strumming swagger. And the pounding beat. Get a rock and roll record. And take your seat. record, playing loud and strong, halfway to the chorus. Now it won't take long, and the strumming and swagger, and the pounding beat. We get a rock and roll record, and take your seat. We get a rock and roll record, and take your seat. We get a rock and roll record, come on and take your seat. Woo! Oh yeah!
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.